I'm Hope Gros. I'm the lead teacher here at Reeves Elementary, and my goal for this video today is to provide families with examples of some little tips and tricks and things they can do when reading books aloud together at home. The book that I'm going to use to do this is Pierre the Penguin, A True Story, written by Jean Marzolo and illustrated by Laura Reagan. Some things that you can do is, before we even start reading the book, is show your children the pictures of a book and go through the pictures and model your thinking to promote them to ask questions about what they're reading. And as you do this, for instance, what kind of animal is that? That's a penguin. That's right. What's the penguin doing? These penguins look like they're in the water. There's a building. Now this is a picture, so I can't tell if the animals are moving or still like statues in the book. So I guess I'll have to read and find out. So you're getting them interested in the book, promoting their thinking, making them curious, so that the only way to answer those questions that you've promoted is to read the book. Now, as I said, Pierre the Penguin, A True Story, is a nonfiction book. So that means that if it's nonfiction, that it is a true story. This really happened. So let's read the book together and find out what happened to Pierre the Penguin. What do you think happened or is going to happen in this book? On the back of the book, there's a picture of a person, and she's holding a penguin. I wonder if that's Pierre, because the penguin looks different than the penguin that we see on the front. This one's more brown, and the one on the front is more black and white. Let's find out. This is a true story of Pierre, a small penguin in a big museum. It's also about the people at the California Academy of Sciences who worked together to help him through a hard time. I wonder what kind of hard time Pierre's going to have. Down at the end of African Hall, past statues of animals big and small, there's an aquarium, wide and tall, with real live penguins, 20 in all. So it says past statues. So those animals are statues in the picture. And down at the end, there's the penguins, 20 in all. Do you hear rhyming in this book? I hear rhyming. At the end, we could talk about words that rhyme and which words rhyme and sound the same. African penguins don't like ice. For them, a warmer place is nice. Another thing that we do is we give the kids time to think and process what's being said and take in all of the pictures and everything that they're seeing in the book as we read it. As a parent, it also helps you stretch out books that are short. Here comes Pam with fish in her pail. That's what's in her pail, fish. The penguins are fed twice a day without fail. Pail and fail. Did those rhyme? Pam enters the tank through the sky-painted wall. A hidden door there leads out to a hall. Some of the penguins look just the same. Wing bands help Pam call the birds by name. So some of the penguins look just the same. Wing bands help Pam call the birds by name. So wing bands must be how she knows the difference between the same looking penguins. One day, aquatic biologist Pam, observing the penguins, saw one in a jam. Gently, gently, she examined Pierre. His feathers were gone. His bottom was bare. Bare, B-A-R-E, is not like, it sounds like bear, like the animal bear, but this kind of bear means without. His bottom is without the feathers on it. And Pam, that's her name, the lady with the pail, she's an aquatic biologist. I wonder what else biologists do. Pierre was afraid to go for a swim. He'd get too cold if he dived right in. How can I help you? What can I do? Pam had ideas and tried the first two. She tried a heater, and the vet prescribed pills. But nothing worked. Pierre shivered still. So she did have ideas, and she tried them. What were the two ideas that she tried? Did they work, or did they not work? Those are some questions you could ask. The other penguins grew afraid of Pierre. He looked so strange that he gave them a scare. They brayed at him as he shivered on shore. They made him feel worse than he felt before. Have you ever felt that way? Or have you ever been someone who made somebody else feel that way because they just look different than you? That would be something I asked to my children as we read the book. I'm always looking for ways to teach character lessons. One rainy day, biologist Pam came up with a new idea. Shazam! That's one of the words that my children wanted to know what it meant. So that vocabulary word means used to introduce an extraordinary deed or transformation. So one rainy day, biologist Pam came up with a new idea. It came to her. Shazam! My dog wears a raincoat, she told the vet. Could Pierre wear a wetsuit? The vet said, you bet. Pam and a friend worked day and night to make a pattern that fit just right. Then a wetsuit was made of neoprene, the tiniest one you've ever seen. Neoprene was a vocabulary word I had to look up for myself, and because I even wasn't sure on how to pronounce the word neoprene. And it's a synthetic polymer resembling rubber, resistant to oil, heat, and weathering. Whoa, look at Pierre now. Standing on a rock in his new wetsuit, Pierre the penguin looked mighty cute. You can see in this picture, there's a band right here on Pierre, and it's colored. This is the wing band that was mentioned earlier that helps the biologist, aquatic biologist, Pam, to know the penguins by name. He does look mighty cute, but is the wetsuit gonna solve the problem? Did this idea of Pam's work? Let's see. He felt nice and warm, and he wanted to swim. So what did he do? He dived right in. Splash! Whee! Look at him, he's swimming back in the water, and he even looks like he's smiling in the picture. Now Pierre stood proud and tall, and nobody brayed at him at all. 6 weeks went by, and then a surprise. Pam could hardly believe her eyes. Not only was Pierre no longer cold, he had new feathers. Observe and behold. Behold means to look upon. So not only did the suit allow him to swim and feel better, it allowed him to grow new feathers. I wonder if aquatic biologists help animals that live in water. Now warm in water. Now warm on shore. Guess who didn't need his wetsuit anymore? Pierre made a nest for his very best friend. Their story goes on, thanks to Pam. The end. You notice in this picture there are sticks underneath, and there's two. I can't see the wing band, so I'm not sure which one is Pierre, but I think this one's Pierre because Pierre kind of sounds like a boy's name, and I would think his friend is a girl because they're in the nest. The end of the story says the story goes on. I wonder what else happened in real life after the end of this story. At the end of the book, it gives you questions from kids with answers from Pam. That's pretty cool. So this is the end of Pierre the Penguin, a true story, nonfiction. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned some new tips and tricks to share with your own family. Thanks. If you have any questions or would like more resources or more information about how to promote literacy with your family and at home, give our school a call or contact us on our website. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you have, and we have other resources that we can share with you if you ask. Thanks.